We just saw The Disaster Artist, starring James Franco and Dave Franco. It is a retelling of the creation of the movie, the infamous good, bad movie, The Room. I thought it was a very, very engrossing film. I watched The Room last night in preparation for seeing this movie. And The Room is terrible, but it's insanely watchable because it's just so amazing in its badness, and Franco commits to recreating and does an amazing job of the performance as Tommy Wiseau, which this guy's an enigma, and I feel like Franco captures him really effectively. It's got an all-star cast, but the main two players are Dave Franco and James Franco. And Dave Franco does a great job of playing Greg Sestero, the second lead in The Room, and he is also really effective and brings forward just trying to be this guy's friend. And I thought it was very good, and I would give it not spectacular, but still a good flick. I'd give it an 80 out of 100.
You kind of look like a wizard.
So what'd you think?
So one of the things, it was sort of like a friendship story, a story of friendship, which is beautiful, you know, like the guys are going after their dream and wanting to make a movie, and it hits close to home, you know. I want to make movies, and there is that fear when you go to create something that it'll be shitty. And so this movie is like some rich guy. I mean, it seems like this guy had like a head injury or something and got a lot of money for the head injury. And
I think it's just his accent, but
I don't know, man. It seems to me like he had a head injury or something. And so like sometimes I'm laughing and other times I'm like feeling bad because I think these dudes are like taking advantage of this dude with a head injury or something wrong with him. Like he's someone who's like not normal and doesn't think things through, and he's like making this crazy ass movie with a terrible script, and then everyone's like making money on it, and they're acting like he's an asshole. I'm like, well, like, yeah, he is an asshole, but not for the reasons you're saying. He's an asshole because he's paying you motherfuckers. So, you know, I was dealing with that, and I was pulling for him, the main guy, the guy you're supposed to.
Tommy Wiseau.
No, the other guy, his friend.
Greg Sestero.
Greg Sestero, played by Dave Franco. Yeah, you're supposed to like be him in the movie, like see the world through that guy's eyes. But I didn't really care for him as a character. I thought he was a bit of a dick, and I was really pulling for the director and his vision, and I laughed a couple times. It was funny, but it's really a story of like, you know, go for your dream, because even if it turns out terribly, it could turn out amazing. And I think the guy, Tommy Wiseau, was so great that even when it didn't turn out the way he went, he just rolled with it. He just took life as it came, and that's an empowering story. It's a powerful story. And I didn't see The Room. I only saw like first half hour, maybe 45 minutes of The Room.
Well, you saw half the movie then. It's only an hour and a half.
Yeah, so I saw like half the movie. It's borderline unwatchable, but now I want to watch it because I saw this, and I'm pulling for that guy. I hope that guy makes another movie. Apparently, he's still making movies. Anyway,
most recently a web series.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I give it like a 77 out of 100, and the cast, the people that show up in this are outrageous. Seth Rogen's amazing, like, and just like the quick cameos and people show up, like everyone is somebody famous. Like they really got like all their Hollywood buddies in this thing. So
I feel like it's because that The Room is such a revelation. There's so many people in Hollywood who are giant fans of this thing, and they wanted to be a part of it. I think.
It's like they're laughing at somebody's like attempt to do something that like, oh, we do it so much better. It's sort of like, I heard this.
Is that your take on
it? I heard this podcast, and this person was reviewing this movie, and they were like, I feel like all the jokes are punching down. And that sort of primed me going into this. I was looking for that to see if I felt that was true as well. And I thought a lot of them were, some of them weren't. And ultimately, I feel like this guy's a winner. And regardless of whatever
they made a movie about him starring
Totally, yeah.
James Franco.
Yeah, but
that's a win.
It's like a weird thing because even if this dude didn't have a head injury, maybe he has a mental illness, maybe there's something wrong with him. I don't think he's just weird. There's definitely something wrong with him. And so you're like in this thing, like, what the fuck? Like it's a weird place to be.
I've never heard anybody say, wow, I feel so bad for Tommy Wiseau. He seems like a mental patient.
Yeah,
and he
dude,
does.
I feel like I want to help him or something. Give him a hug. Tell him I love him. Congratulations for doing your thing. I would never make a movie with you, though. I mean, you're a lunatic, clearly.
And the worst actor I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The worst actor.
But he goes for it.
He
just
does.
Goes for it, which is another story in the movie. Like, the whole movie is like, go for it. Just go for it. Things will turn out. I hope he's still financially good. Like, I don't know. Like, at one point in the movie, they couldn't get water on the set. And I guess it was not because you're covering the camera right now.
Am I?
Yeah, with your finger.
No, I'm not.
You were.
No, I'm not.
So, at one point, there's no water, and I think it's because he ran out of money. But no, it's not. He didn't run out of money. He was just torturing them.
It's just such a giant mystery. Yeah, I think it was because he felt like he had to torture the actors.
It's really bizarre. I'm from New Orleans. Is it a Big Easy? Anyway, all right. So Jack gave it what'd you give it?
80.
80. I gave it a 77.
We both liked it.
Yeah, man. So for me, like, you don't need to see this in the movie theater, but if you went to see it in the movie theater, I don't think you'd be terribly disappointed. I mean, everyone around us clapped and said, wow, that exceeded my expectations. So,
I think, by the way, worth seeing The Room. I would say see The Room before you see this movie.
So, all right, so that's it. I love you.
Tommy Wiseau might be a vampire.
It will explain the money and the weirdness and the weird accent.
And how he does not understand human interaction. It is astounding how...
Tommy Wiseau.
Wiseau. He's in the movie, by the way. He has a cameo in the movie.
He is a vampire and stay till the very end of everything.
Yeah, there's a nice stinger at the end. Oh, and also a shot-for-shot showing how they recreated The Room at the end of the credits.
So dope.
All at once like I had nothing to lose. What can I do? My appetite for destruction is loose. Destruction is loose.